want to offer our thanks to all the folks here at Talladega Super Speedway. 10 years at CBS has been a part of this great event. Former Speedway head Don Naiman and Grant Lynch, who's now the president of Talladega Super Speedway. We sure appreciate all their help.
You know, Mike, Andy Graves must feel very, very proud at the moment. He has a car in first and third right now. He has influence on both cars here, and they're running first and third. As you run with Craven down through here, this is the third place car, and just in front of him, Bobby Labonte through the dog leg. And here is where the start finishing line is. Very close down right there as you start into one. And as Ned said earlier, this race has been won in between the middle of the dog leg and going to the start finishing line many times. We'll take a ride around the racetrack as we head out towards the back straightaway. This is down the 4,000-foot back straightaway. And what you try to do here is stay directly behind the car in front of you. And when you start in the corner, if your car is loose, you'll go down on the, he'll move up just a little bit as you see him right there. He may have a loose tendency right there. That tightens the car up because the air coming off the front car kind of holds you out. You start down off turn 4 here, and this is actually a short chute as you start getting set up for the dog leg on the front straightaway. As you can see, cars dance around a little bit, and there is the start finishing line right there.
Right where Ricky Craven ducked to the inside. Craven started the season with a 3rd at Daytona and a 5th at Rockingham, but did not get another top 5 finish until New Hampshire in August. They're on the way back up, though. After a 41st at Dover, they were 8th at Martinsville, and then had a disappointing day at Charlotte last week, 25th. Well, everybody's looking a little racy again. There's the Mark Martin in that white Valvoline Ford ducking out of line.
Yeah, they settled down there for a lap or two. And
while we're talking about Mark Martin, excuse me, Ned, you look who's right on his tail there, the 24 of Jeff Gordon. He's almost a mirror image. They're fighting it out for a national title. I'm sorry that I interrupted.
There you're riding with Mark Martin, and as I asked him at the top of the day, so Jeff Gordon has been shadowing you these last few races, and Gordon's been unable to pick up more than 5 or 10 points on Gordon in any one race.
All of those up in the top 5 in the point standings have been finishing in the top 5 in most of the races. It's hard to make much of a points change.
Now Martin started the season with 6 finishes out of the top 5, and then had 8 straight races with top 5 finishes, including 2 wins. Dale Jarrett, who's 3rd in the points, he had 6 in a row in the top 5. And Jeff Gordon, with his 10 wins, he had a string of 5 straight top 5 races and a string of 4 straight. Consistency is the key to winning the championship, not how many races you win. Just ask Rusty Wallace. He won the most races 2 years in a row and didn't get to sit at the head table at the banquet. You have to be good every week.
Jeff Gordon last year, 10 wins. He didn't win the championship.
Terry Labonte in the lead. Let's go to his pit and route.
Well, Randy Dorton is working as the interim crew chief for Terry Labonte. He usually heads up the engine program for Hendrick Motorsports. Randy, as you take a look at the situation, how's your strategy going to play out here at the finish?
Well, there's a lot of options right now that we're trying to play through. And I think we've got a good plan right now.
Are you going to make one more pit stop for right side tires?
Well, we all have to make another stop for that can of gas, and it's up in the air exactly what we'll do tire-wise right now.
Obviously, the Hendrick Motorsports engines, however, guys, are certainly working perfectly.
4 of the top 5 Hendrick-powered cars were among the 6 fastest practice speeds. Terry Labonte leading younger brother Bobby. Our condolences to Terry's wife Kim, whose grandmother passed away this weekend, and to Richard Jackson, the owner of the #1 car driven by Morgan Shepherd. Richard and Leo Jackson's mom passed away on Thursday of this week. 137 laps complete as the Labonte brothers lead at Talladega. Caution is out at Talladega for a grinding crash in the back straightaway leading to turn 3. It happened behind the race leaders, but there is the point standing leader Jeff Gordon. Michael Waltrip, Joe Nemechek, Sterling Marlin was in it. There are few single car incidents at Talladega, and this one took out a number of top contenders. Marlin is out, Greg Sachs, Ricky Rudd, Earnhardt's car with right rear damage. And Mark Martin, the second place point man, is a mess. Michael Waltrip scrapes against the wall. Here's Ted Musgrave with the right front down. Robert Pressley, second place point man Martin. Earnhardt still rolling and perhaps able to run. And Martin, if he can keep that car going, able to pick up a bunch of points on Jeff Gordon. It looks like whose day is done. Derrike Cope in, and where's the third place point man, Dale Jarrett? Let's go to Dick Berggren.
He was entered as well.
Lots of damage to the back end of Dale Earnhardt's car. The fuel fill area is okay. Spoiler and trunk are not. They are critical aerodynamically here. Stevie Burgess has hold of that aerodynamic spoiler, trying to pull it back. Well, this is shades of Daytona, guys. This thing is all beat up, and this is the same car Earnhardt was upside down with at Daytona. A lot of damage. Most of it is aerodynamically critical. Mike?
Well, if they can get Earnhardt around a couple more laps, it'll mean a bunch of positions, because there are a number of cars that are just not going anywhere.
You can see him pulling the right rear corner out there with the pry bar, trying to get the fender itself off the end tire there. That's Darrell Waltrip's car, the 17 there.
And
a lot of damage. Lake Speed's car being pushed in. This was a major wreck.
And Gordon's car will be hooked up to the wrecker and towed in. Let's see if we can figure out how this got started. Behind the leaders coming off turn 2.
Everything looks good here so far, but everything's coming along fine, coming off of turn 2, heading down the backstretch. Tight running as they've been all day.
Jeff Gordon there, and the 24 comes over, touches the 98 car.
Gets into Marlin.
He hit John Andretti first, and it looked like it triggered just a chain reaction. You see Earnhardt in trouble there. He makes contact on Gordon.
Here's Tricle.
There's Tricle going backwards. You see the roof flaps employ.
There's Jarrett way down in the grass in 88, and up in the air, Jeremy Mayfield.
Car number 37. And there's Jimmy Spencer. There's Marlin.
Elliott trying to get to a stop, and Ted Musgrave with right front damage. And Bobby Hamilton rolling slow. Here's another look. Look right on the left edge of your screen.
Right out here.
Did he get bumped?
He did get bumped just a little bit by Ricky Craven.
His teammate. It's possible that there was contact front to rear. Let's see from Craven's
let's ride
car.
and we will see. Down the back straightaway, you're riding with Craven.
Oh, there's the bump.
Contact between John Andretti and Jeff Gordon.
There was no contact between Craven and Gordon. Wow. From Mark Martin's car. Bumps against Ernie Irvin there as Irvin woes up. Martin trying to drive his way through it.
Oh, there's Sterling Marlin. Hard impact there. Ernie Irvin had nowhere to go.
And Martin gets hit again by Lake Speed. Wow. Here's another look. Watch John Andretti's car right there, coming over and touching Jeff Gordon. That initiated it.
Gordon went into the 4-car of Sterling Marlin. Gordon hits Earnhardt. Spencer, 31 car, Mike Skinner gets involved. And Jeremy Mayfield, his car goes up and over. There's Jarrett down on the inside. He slides back up on the track. Wow.
Let's ride and listen with Ricky Craven.
Wow, he just kept getting hit. Says, when is it going to stop?
Buddy, and look from that replay, buddy, from Craven's car, as if it was Gordon who swerved left toward Andretti.